out of here. Got something to do. But welcome, and thank you, senior class. Thank you very much for the opportunity to be able to speak. It really does mean a lot. You guys could pick anybody. Mr. Miller, that was a great speech you did. So you guys, he set the bar pretty high. So you got to talk to him after this. But I figure, there's people that I've taught can tell you, I have some pretty crazy stories in life that led me to here. And it is an amazing feat that what God has put me through, and I can actually deliver it to other people, which it really means a lot to me. You guys are good. You're about to leave for college, and it's going to be a good 4 years. And I'll tell you, work hard. Know what your goal is when you walk out of there. Because when I walked out of college, I'd said, you know what, I'm going to kind of do this, maybe try a little bit of this. And then immediately afterwards, 1 month afterwards, I started to get really sick. And I got amazingly sick. And then I got even more amazingly sick. And 18 months went by without a doctor being able to tell me what was happening. And I went from a Division I athlete, about 200 pounds, to about 140. And I had no idea what was happening to me. And I go up to the doctor one day. This is January. This is, so you know, Tuesday. It would be the 10th anniversary of some monumental events in my life. And I went to the doctor and I go, Doc, listen, I run, man. I run, and it's the best thing that happens to me every day. And I can't do it anymore. And it hurts. It feels like nails are going up my leg. Just absolute fire. And the doctor goes, don't worry, Brian. It's neuropathy. You're diabetic. It'll be okay. At Easter, a couple months later, I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm shaking. I'm shaking uncontrollably. I'm sweating beyond. My clothes are saturated. My bed looks like someone just doused it with water. I couldn't even hold my hand enough to dial the phone. So 6 hours I fought this. And finally, within about 7 o'clock in the morning, the sun's coming up, and I'm finally able to dial the phone. The first person I always call is my dad. Me and my dad, we're like this. Best friends. My mom hates it, but we're best friends. And my dad knows if I'm calling him before 10 o'clock, something's wrong. So he races over to my house. It takes about 20 minutes. We immediately go to the hospital. They actually, GBMC, the ER, they just sent me through. I should have known something was up when they're not stopping to check my insurance paperwork. So I get to the back, 15-second test. 5 blood clots are sitting above my ankle. My foot's turning black. For the next 3 months, I didn't sleep. It hurt so bad that when I was up on the bed, I had to have my foot off the side. It hurt. I'd fall asleep every couple of days for about 45 minutes and wake up and it started all over again. I didn't know what was up and down. So they try one surgery, it doesn't work. They try another surgery, it doesn't work. They try another surgery, and it doesn't work. And the doctor comes in, and it's on a Monday night. It's May 18th, 2005. The doctor goes, Brian, 24 hours, you got to tell me how much of your leg you want to lose. Well, I got a lot of stuff to do on my plate here, pal. We move this along a little bit. So the story goes that actually when he came in, I'm in tears. I'm just physically broken down. My body cannot take any more of this. And I walk away, or he walks away, he comes back and he goes, so how much? I go, I have to walk down the aisle at my buddy's wedding in 3 weeks. 3 weeks, I promise you. I promised him that I'm going to do it. I made a phone call, left a message. My buddy's a pretty tough guy, and he said he was almost in tears, so I knew I almost got him. But in that time, that was my goal. That was absolutely my goal. The first day I walked was that day. His wedding rehearsal. I didn't walk well, but I walked. 3 months later, I played in a lacrosse game. Probably the silliest thing I've ever done. Could hardly even walk at that time. The guy was making fun of me. On the field, the guy was making fun of me. I didn't really listen to him. My buddies actually played on a team with him. They got in a fight on the field with him about it. And I heard him say, he goes, "You have no idea what it takes to do something tough in your life." To this day, that guy, that buddy of mine from high school, we played sports together, still right here. I'll take a bullet for that guy. So, but after the surgery, I wake up and they tell me I got to go to rehab. Rehab is not a place for me. I didn't want to be there, didn't like it. A friend showed up every day I was there. My friend from high school. A guy that we were friends, we played on sports teams together, but we weren't the best friends. Every day he showed up. When I was in the hospital following this with all kinds of complications, he showed up every day. My parents, they were there for me. I lived by myself. My dad slept on this love seat for 3 months just to make sure I was okay. And the whole time I'm going, I don't get this. I don't get why. I was just cruising along like everybody else, why I couldn't just be like everybody else. It really upset me. And there was one day, and I remember this clear as day, this is the moment that changed my life, is that I'm in tears. I mean, I'm ragged. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm calling my dad every moment until like 11. I'm sure he needed to get work done. And he still was there to listen to me speak, to let me vent. He goes, "Brian, of all the people that you know, who would you rather this happen to?" I go, "Nobody. My entire life, not even my worst enemy would I wish this on." He goes, "All right, now what are you going to do about it?" And that question right there changed my entire life. What am I going to do about it? So the first thing I do is I look up in the sky. I mean, it's really my ceiling in my living room. And I look straight up and I go, "God, I know you and me have been odds lately. If I don't live every day to the fullest with a goal in mind, I didn't mean to live through this." So I put a list together of like 150 things that I wanted to do. The first thing on there was to thank everybody that helped me. Now, unfortunately for me, the health part, it went all right for a while. Then about 3 years ago, the illness that got my leg actually kind of made its vengeful comeback and cost me internal organs. So about 18 months ago, I had written up a will. I was living in Florida. I go, you know what? I think my battle's done. Again, the same conversation came up. "Brian, you've never quitted anything. What are you going to do about this?" Oh man, I just need to be reinvigorated here. So I wake up November 15th, 2013, with 60 staples in my chest, like my gut. The doctor told me, "Hey, it's going to be laparoscopic," which means, there's only little marks. Yeah, laparoscopic, there's 60 staples in your butt. I don't know where the math went wrong on that. But he told me the organ that was not working well, when he took it out, he couldn't do it laparoscopically. Then when he took it out, it actually disintegrated in his hands. That was 8 hours of surgery. Woke up, man, I was sore for a while. And after that, and having that goal back in mind, I did something my parents really wish I didn't. 2 weeks later, I played in a hockey game. Why? Because goal setting to me is unbelievable. It changes the way you live your life. And the goal, after the second surgery, it took 3 of them, the goal of it was to get back playing another game in 2 weeks. My parents really wish I didn't do that one either, because I had a drain sticking out of my back. And it took an extra 3 hours of a 5-hour surgery to get it done. So the last one, Mr. Friedman will remember my last one. I was actually in a meeting here. It was on a Monday. You guys were coming back to school, I think the following Monday. New students were coming in on Friday. It's like, Mr. Davies would like to maybe bring you aboard. I'll send you something over. You go, you mind hurrying up? I got to go to a surgery about 3 a.m. tomorrow. And Mr. Freeman did send me a kind email later. On my way to the hospital, I did sign it. I still can't believe I actually remembered what email address to send it back to. And I was in surgery 2 hours later. And I woke up, and the people who had always been there with me, even though they weren't there with me in spirit, they were there with me because I owed them a thank you. Because when I wanted to quit on myself, they were there with me. Most of it, I told you, there was one buddy of mine. He was there every step. He went into surgery a couple weeks later. He wouldn't even tell me when. Like, come on, man, I owe you a thank you. Wouldn't let me show up there. I like his dedication, though. He knows I don't like the hospital, so he makes sure I don't stay in there when I don't have to. The friend that they got in an argument with his own teammate because of me, I owed him a thank you. That's why I played in those hockey games. Now, my parents, man, God bless them, and my sister. When I wrote these emails from Florida that I wasn't coming back, that I didn't think I was going to, they were there with me the whole time. My dad was with me for a lot of the bad stuff. And so, I learned two things from the whole thing. Decided that doctors don't like me. I mean, the last surgery, it's Tuesday I had it. Thursday, the doctor comes in, my dad's there with me. He goes, "Hey doc, my son leaves." He's like, "He's probably got a couple more days to recoup." My dad goes, "No, he's got work tomorrow. We really need him to get out of here." And I did. I showed up to the first week of work that I was here with you guys. I had 40 staples in my chest. And none of you would ever know that. And the reason I act this way, the reason I am the kind of, I'm going to say, I'm the insane history teacher. It's a role I play pretty well, I hope. That is one, goals are important to me. The goals that you set for yourself have to push you. In college, in life, they have to make you a better person. Not to say that I wasn't a good person before, but now I'm pretty high on myself. I like who I am because I try to attain goals that other people think are out of my reach. But I'm okay with failing about it. There's a lot of goals that I have not hit, and I'm okay with that. Why? Because no one else that I know will try harder than I do. Because I've seen the bad side. And I know in order to be the best person I am, I got to push it. Smiles. I remember I was in art class asking people, who are you going to make smile today that you wouldn't have normally seen smile? Because that's what changed, a part of what changed my life. That my favorite person when I go to grad school is the kind woman Fran who pours me coffee. Why? Because she makes me smile every day. And I'm fortunate enough that I can make her smile over something. I don't know anything about her. But she puts, in the darkest days, she puts a silver lining in my heart because she smiles. Now every day, try to make somebody smile that you might not know. Why? Because it changes their life. In the darkest of hours, you remember the people that made you feel good, the people that made you smile, and how it made you feel to have someone else smile around you. It changes the world. It really does. It's awesome. The ability to see you guys smile, and I want to thank you, because the smiles that you guys, even though if you're trying to just get me to be quiet, the smiles that you guys give me change my world. And this last one is thank you. Thank you is not something you just said. Thank you is what you do. How could I ever repay somebody for staying with me side by side for 6 months? can't. Have you ever had, like, talk to somebody and go, like, thank you? I know. But you know thank you's not enough. I can't thank my sister for letting me stay at her house when I was at the end. I can't thank my mother for being there, getting in people's faces about trying to get help for me. And I can't thank my dad for changing the way I live with one sentence. But it's an action. So every day, for 10 years, and for God willing, the rest of my life, I am saying thank you to the people who gave something for me. Your parents gave you something by allowing you to come here and be a part of something special. My parents gave up a lot, and I lost a lot. And they gave me so much more than I lost. And I can't, thank you just, that's why I almost can't even say it. It doesn't mean as much as what my dad taught me, is that actions are by what you do after. So the fact that my family was enabled me to be able to smile, to be able to see the fun things, be able to play with my niece and nephew when I couldn't hardly stand up. And there was one day, I spent the entire day on the floor. My dog was sitting there, God bless that dog. He's nudging me like, you good? Well, yeah, sure. Can you let me out? Yeah, I'm going to try to. But what they gave up for my life to be better, I owe 10 times, a million times that I could give. I can't even put a number in a thank you. Because thank you is not strong enough a word. My friends, when I see them, the people who've been with me through all this, the last thing I say to them when I leave is I love you. I'm not afraid to tell it to them. People can make fun of me all you want, because my friends do. I love those guys. Guys and girls. I love them unconditionally. And to thank them, I try to place the love that they gave me and showed me to the people around me. And that's what I hope for you. That what you do from here, when you walk out of here, don't ever say, coulda, shoulda, woulda. Don't. Take part in everything. Earn the right to go to sleep at the end of the night. Give everything you have into school. Give it everything you have into your friends. Give it everything you have into the life that you have. Because as a teacher, you guys might want to come up and say thank you to us, but thank you means 100 times more if you are in action. When I see somebody who I have taught, who's gone and done something good, then I go, that's it. The thank you, yeah, you're welcome. But when I see them go do something, get straight A's in college, get straight C's in college. When they do something as an action to benefit the people around them and show them that they care and that they're reaching their goals because of what the people around them help them do, then you get it. And I hope, I pray that somewhere along the line, it hits you much quicker than it hit me. Because I went through life really pushing, but I didn't get it. And after this, now I get it. That I'm here because God put me in a good place. The people around me are good. My family's amazing. My friends, God bless them, they put up with it. But because of them, now I need to have a goal to how I'm going to show thank you. I need to show them thanks, and I need to tell them I love them for who they are. So when the day comes, and there's an opportunity to show how good you are of a human, do it. Even to a person you may never see before in your life. Because I live by a quote. This is from John Bunyan, who's a 1600s writer, author, says, "You have not lived until you have done something for someone who will never repay you." The people around me, I can't repay them. Now I have to repay people that will never be able to repay me, and I know they will do the same. So we walk out of here, set the goals high, accomplish amazing things, but do it with the foundation of the people around you, and always let them know that they mean something special and that you attained it, whatever goal it is, along with them. Because that will make the whole difference in this world. So I hope I said it eloquently. But God bless. Go on, enjoy the days. See you guys in the reunion.
Thank you, Mr. Davies. Inspirational words to leave and go on with so many other things. We also recognize that we are standing between you and a few hours off. While we're up front and nowhere close to the door. If we put Mr. Carter on door duty, don't worry, we've got the shovel out. We'll straighten him up after. We'll throw him down the classroom. So again, thank you very much for a wonderful morning. I really hope you enjoyed your time with us. Thank you, seniors. An outstanding chapel. Great job. A little round of applause there for live show and for the tissues that will be needed ahead here because all the events coming up. So let's have a wonderful end. I always say finish strong. We have a few finals left, so keep those in mind. Many of you are done after maybe 1 or 2 finals, or even that. So not much left. So let's have a wonderful finish to the school year, your senior year. Congratulations on so many wonderful milestones and events. And again, my advice is always slow it down a little bit. Take some time. Quite honestly, I feel like it's still August. I'm not really sure, and I say this all the time, every year. I've been through this now 20 times, and it still never ceases to amaze me how quickly it goes. These next few days, you're full of excitement. You want it to be over. I know you want to already run across the stage and go down and be done, but slow it down a little bit. Take some time. Thank all those people around you, especially your family, your friends. Give away some hugs. Saying I love you is a very good thing. And, we do love all of you. And we keep you in our prayers. It is exciting to see you always. So this is a fun time for us as well as we close out the school year and watch you go off and do wonderful, amazing things. So take some time. Be in the moment. Don't get too far ahead of yourself because, trust me, before you blink an eye, I'll be handing out diplomas to you walking across that stage. So enjoy the next several days because it only happens once. So make it very special. So blessings on the rest of your day. Make the most of it. Thank you so much for being here, and we'll see you many days coming up. Thank you.
Congratulations, John. Thank you. I like your Philippians. That's a good one. Yeah, remember that one. Where are you going to school? Oh, cool. Good deal.
Oh, I want to get a picture with you.
Oh, I know it. I know it.
He's hugging everybody.
Quit hugging everybody.
I think I'll say that for graduation.
Where's mom? They walk to the car. Okay.
Should have done that.
I'll meet up with you. I'm in the lobby. It's a couple minutes.
Well, I didn't know.
Angus, you're sitting around here.
Yeah.
What? No, you're taking off on us?
If you need something, I'll do something for you.
Yeah? All right.